Right. Okay. Here we go. Saturn 1B launch. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, to the live stream. Today, just like last time, I'm going to be making an attempt at going to Skylab. Skylab is the first American space station. It was made from a modified Saturn V upper stage, the third stage, particularly the S4B. So it is one of the largest internal habitation stations that has ever been built. Skylab launched with no crew on board, but would eventually house 3 separate crews of 3 astronauts on board. Skylab's 2 through 4. If you're curious, today's snack is a very small amount of Hy-Vee gummy butterflies. But anyway, it's loading up the panel state for me. Just gotta check Discord. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into orbit. So we're going to go to our checklist. We've already got all of this stuff, so I think we need to do... We've already got ingress done, obviously, so we're going to do final verification. This is at a T-minus 20 minute sort of period. Move over to Michael's seat, turn that on. Move over to Neil's seat. Set that up to both. And turn that to ACK. Guidance, press. Select 1. Attitude set. 162, pitch 90, yaw 0, confirm. GDC align. 168. Three 5 pitch 81. And yaw 355. Roger. Alright, FDAI select 2 and GDC align. Alright, back to 162. Pitch 90. And yaw 0. There we are. Okay. These on safe. Seven, 8, 9, 8, auto, on, 7, 8, 7, 8, off. S2, S4B. There we go. There's our tank pressures right there for the S4B. So right now I am sitting in the command module up on top of a Saturn, an S2, or no, a Saturn 1B. So the Saturn 1B was used for Apollo 7 and then all of the Apollo Skylab missions, including Apollo, and then one more time in Apollo Soyuz. Apollo Soyuz was a test mission where an Apollo capsule. There's this secondary fuel. 192, 207. That looks about right there. When no needle hasn't moved, and the needle hasn't moved, and the needle hasn't moved. Oh no! Close, 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 close. Open, 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 open. All right. Now we do launch preparations. Okay, so anyway, so right now it is really complicated. I like this is why I love it. Verb 37, enter 0 1, enter. Alright, so with that program that I just entered into the computer, this is called the Apollo Guidance Computer. This is one of the, actually, so your cell phone, so this cell phone right here that I have, it can trace its lineage right back to this computer right here. Because this is the first ever silicone chip computer. What this program is this is a launch program. This gets the FDIA, or the, I can't remember what that acronym is, Flight Dynamics something something. Something with an F, something with a D, and something with an AIA. But this is a display that helps me know which direction the spacecraft is pointing. It can be set to a number of different ways, and the way that we're going to primarily use it, we can set its systems up here. We can either set it to Earth, or I think I keep forgetting I got to turn those on to orbit rate. Yeah, we're gonna either do orbit rate, and then you got to set that to Earth, and then but there's a couple of other systems that we use it for. But that just helps us know which direction we are facing. So this over here, these switches are actually turning on different RCS. So the RCS is a MNB, MNA, MNB, MNB, MNA. And then we gotta wait for T-15. So what these all do is these just turn on different RCS valves. They allow them to open and fire. What that means is the RCS is how the spacecraft controls itself in space. It's tiny little rocket engines on the side, which I got a couple of minutes. I'll show you what this vehicle looks like. This is the Saturn 1B. It is much smaller than the Saturn 5 that the Apollo command module would usually fly on top of. We're up here in this white segment. This whole tower section is going to come off at some point. This right here is the S4B. Our attempt today is going to go to a modified version of that was placed in orbit by a Saturn V called Skylab. And so that is the goal for today. But this whole stack right here, hold on, let me see, external. This whole stack right here, this is all going to get us just into low Earth orbit around the Earth. Well, obviously low Earth orbit. So, and then this service module is where you have, so these little tiny rocket engines on the side here, those are the RCS thrusters. Those are what I was turning on earlier. You're going to find that a lot of space flight is a lot of sit down and wait. I believe down here. Yeah, there's the liftoff light right there. I missed that last time. It's hard to read it sometimes. So Skylab is America's first ever space station. A lot of you guys might know about the International Space Station, but after the moon landings were finished, after Apollo 17, the United States was moving more into operations in low Earth orbit. Building upon the lessons of Apollo, they developed Skylab. Skylab is a modified, so there's a third stage that was used to get the astronauts from low orbit all the way out to the moon. That was called the S4B. It was a really, really big stage. A good picture of it is right here, this segment right here. After docking, I'll do a quick fly around it to show you what it is. But we're at 15 minutes, so I got to continue. And I'll try and talk. So we're going to go to that C. Double check that it has 37 volts. That looks about right. MNA. FDAI scale 5x5. And so Skylab, basically what Skylab was is they took one of the last few Saturn V's. There were 3 left after the Apollo program technically ended with the lunar missions on Apollo 17. They were intended for Apollo 18, 19, and 20. Apollo 18's Saturn V was modified to launch Skylab, and Skylab was the space station. It was just a habitation module. It was about the same amount of living space, but a way bigger as the current International Space Station. Read you 5x5, Roger. And so it's way bigger. You'll see what it looks like right now once we get to it, if you stick around. Another radio check. But what it allowed, it had 3 crews that visited it and helped us learn how to live long-term in space, which is very, very important, especially if we're getting ready for things like Mars missions. But instead, what we did, wait for T-minus 10 minutes, so that gives me a couple minutes to explain. So the goal was to just prepare for longer-term missions. It was originally going to be a destination for the space shuttle, but then the space shuttle got delayed, and due to the way that the sun heated up the atmosphere, it caused the entire space station to re-enter earlier than we expected. It actually re-entered over Australia, and the Australian government charged NASA, I think, $300 for littering for when the spacecraft landed, for when the satellite landed, which or when the space station landed. So. Anyway, I think it's a pretty cool, it's going to be a lot of fun here. So what we're going to, some of the processes that go into rendezvousing with a space station, these are a lot of the same. So what you'll see me performing on this is very much the same sort of stuff that astronauts will have to do to get to the International Space Station. So with rendezvous and docking, we have what we call the chase spacecraft and the target. Skylab is, of course, the target, and then I am flying in the chase spacecraft. And what the chase spacecraft has got to do is it has to time itself in a number of burns to launch, so that way it can meet Skylab at the same place at the same time. Kind of imagine driving, I'm trying to think about a way to describe it. Imagine 2 NASCARs driving around in a big circle, and one NASCAR driver needs a drink, and then the other one has a Gatorade for him. And so what they could do, their job now then would be to have one NASCAR driver be able to pull up alongside him while they're driving around in that big circle, and they can't stop, and then hand that drink off to the other one. It would be a pretty complicated and difficult procedure to do, and that's kind of what rendezvous is for spacecraft, because we're constantly orbiting the Earth. We're traveling across over the surface of the Earth at about 17,500 miles per hour, and we're trying to get close enough to each other to where we can connect very, very gently, which is a very, very complicated procedure. It's It was perfected initially in Gemini, which is a mission that this game suggests that you spend a lot of time doing. I've done a couple of rendezvous in the Gemini spacecraft, so I feel kind of proficient enough to be able to do it. And then, of course, I play a lot of Kerbal Space Program, which has you doing that kind of stuff all the time. So the basics of what I'll have to do is I'm gonna have to get into I'm gonna launch so that way Skylab is ahead of me in its orbit, and then I'm going to come up behind it. I'm going to start in a lower orbit, which means that I complete my orbit faster than Skylab does, which allows me to catch up. And then I perform a burn to bring myself up alongside, and then it's just station keeping from there. It's just about finding out the timing for those burns. We're at T-minus 10 minutes. I always forget which seat these go in. And now we wait for 8 minutes 30 seconds. So yeah, we're in program 2. Fun fact about the programs and the computer, there is a system down here. Down here, this is called the sextant and the telescope. And what those do is those allow the astronaut to look outside and chart the stars and see where they're looking. And the reason they have to do that is so that way they can align this computer right here, so that way it knows which way it's pointing and where it's going, or at least where it is, and then it can figure out the rest based off of the internal measurement systems. I'm bringing that up because of this funny story where this code that I had put in earlier, program 0137 verb 37 noun 01, is the launch program, and that configures the spacecraft as if it's getting ready for launch. Jim Lovell, who is famous for flying aboard Apollo 13, flew aboard Apollo 8, which is one of the first missions to ever go out to the moon. They didn't land on the moon; they orbited around it around Christmas time. On the way out, he was having to do some systems, do some work with the computer, and he accidentally plugged in verb 37 noun 01 halfway to the moon, which is really funny because then the spacecraft began aligning itself to prepare to launch, which it definitely wasn't it wasn't supposed to do. So they had to cancel that program, and then because it had aligned itself, assuming that it was getting ready for launch, it was on the launch pad and the FDIs had done all this, he had to come back down here and basically realign the spacecraft. The way that he had to do that is in my checklist here. Oh, I passed that whole thing while telling that whole story. Launch vehicle engine lights on at 5 minutes. At 4 minutes 10 seconds. The reason he had to do, and so in my checklist here, we're gonna go back to here. I think it's down here. No, it's there's a star list. Oh, here it is, star list. So all of these, so there's another copy of this DISCI or display keyboard system down there that allows them to plug in numbers down there similar to this, and these are all stars, some of the brightest stars in that we could see in some other targets such as the Earth, such as the Sun, Earth, and Moon. And what you can do is, if you identify those stars by which constellation you're looking at, I work pretty often, so mostly on the weekends I try and do my live streams then. But anyway, yeah, these numbers here will help me plug it in so that way the computer knows what it's looking at, and then it can try and compare where these objects are triangulated together. You got to plug in 3 numbers. So for example, you could do the moon, Earth, and Sun, or I think these are linked together in such, so this is numerical. So these are all the numbers. We have 50 different targets that we can look at, and we can do, say, Vega, Deneb, and the moon, and the system is going to know where those positions should be. So wherever the angles that those are at, when you triangulate them, it will then use that to try and figure out where it is. I think you actually need to pick out two targets for it. I'm pretty sure it's 2 targets. Yeah, you pick 2 targets, and then the spacecraft is a third point, and then it figures out where the spacecraft is between those 2, which I think is pretty cool. 4 minutes 10 seconds, so about 1 minute until all these lights turn on. These lights are just the engine lights. They show off what engines are not running at that time. This is useful for in case of emergencies. This is going to tell me if an engine has shut off early, or if it's broken. So, but for the Saturn V, you would see 5 lights, because the first and second stage of the Saturn V would have 5 lights on it. And if the light turns on, that means that the engine is not running. These 4 in the middle, they'll shut off early, and then these 4 on the outside will shut off shortly after that for the staging event. And then, which is similar to the way that the center engine for the Saturn V will shut off a little early before staging. That's just to help limit the amount of G's that the astronauts experience. So right there, all the lights turned on. That means those lights work, and then we wait for T-minus 4 minutes. We are in program 2. And we've plugged in verb 75. 75 is an emergency program that we can use if for some reason the actual launch and ascent program does not start. This prepares us to hit that. All we have to do now is, if for some reason we get off the pad and the ascent program is not running, we just press enter, and that gets that running. Now we wait for T-minus 2 minutes 15 seconds. And if that were to happen, then we would get up to orbit, and the mission control would have about 1 million meetings with the boys at IBM to figure out why the computer did not. No, it would be the boys at MIT to figure out why the computer did not do what it was supposed to do. So next time when these lights turn, so yeah, usually that turns off. Usually that works every single time, so it's not that big of a deal. When these lights turn off, that'll be when the engine's light, and then this is a prime glycol to radiator bypass. I think that means that we are no longer sending glycol to the radiators, it's bypassing it, which means that we are not cooling the spacecraft, which is pretty, cooling the spacecraft is pretty important. So we're going to go about 5 seconds ahead of time, so that way I actually get it on time. So let's just pull that out to bypass. And at 1 minute 15 seconds, we're going to be over here. This is Buzz Aldrin's seat for Apollo 11, although we're definitely not doing an Apollo 11 mission. Come back around July 20th. I believe that's a Sunday. I will be doing an Apollo 11 style mission, flying all the way to the moon and then back in that one day. I think by then I'd like to have a big, like a green screen attachment for my chair, so that way I can make the back of it look like the back of the command module, which I think would be pretty cool for at least that live stream. So I apologize if I stop talking to chat at any point in time. Some of these things do require that I focus on it, particularly during launch and burns. I need to really focus on the procedures there. All right. Main battery. Now we wait for T-minus 1 minute. Then we're going to turn pad comms off. Pad comms are right here. So, going to do that on first on the commander side. And then on the lunar module pilot side, although we don't really have a lunar module pilot. Alright, and now GDC align. And now, so we have two FDICs, one down here, one up here, and we've just aligned them so that way they are ready to go. We are 30 seconds away from launch now. And remember, once again, we got to wait for... Oh, Mercury is... yeah, Mercury can be kind of difficult. I got to focus on this right now. I'll answer your question in a minute. I think mostly it's emergency situations that you got to prepare for in Mercury, because the standard flights are just... And there goes, all my engine lights are off. We have started program 11. That's what Verb 75 would automatically run. This is our ascent program. And now I begin the boost checklist. So the liftoff light was on, but now it is off. Clock is running from 0 over here, and program 11 has started. At 42 seconds, we will be in mode 1 Bravo. This is an abort mode. So 1 Alpha would be sort of on the pad or near the pad sort of situation, where 1 Bravo we're much further down range, and so it would just change which procedures we would be doing for in the instance of an abort. We could turn on propellant dump to command. Cabin pressure decrease, so cabin pressure in the cabin pressure is decreasing at 2.3 nautical miles. At greater than 2.3 nautical miles. Plus 154, we are in mode 1 Charlie. So in about 30 seconds, we'll be in mode 1 Charlie. I did used to struggle a lot with Mercury, but it's a lot simpler than a lot of these other spacecraft. So Gemini, I think I had the most fun in, because this one you definitely do need to be like taking notes and understand what you need to do. In fact, I have a paper copy of all the checklists up on my, and we're in mode 1 Charlie. Oh, not what I want to do. So inboard cutoff, and we're beginning staging. We're going to turn this off. Engine out. Rates off. Inboard cutout. Light 5 out. So these would all represent light 5. So those are out. Light is out. Engine lights on. And we have begun staging. Now we're waiting for tower jet. Now this is all checklist for the Saturn V actually, so I kind of have to modify some of this. I don't know, are we going to have, I think we are going to have tower jet at the normal time, 3 minutes 15 seconds. But if you look outside, now we're flying on, oh, tower jet does happen a little earlier. So tower jet is in at 2 minutes 50 seconds with the S1B. Tower jet 1-1. These are hard to reach sometimes. To PC, to command, and we're going to go up to auto. At 6 minutes, report and proceed. This is going to be a really, really long burn, but luckily I could see the amount of fuel that we have left. This is about the fuel amounts that we have left over in our S4B. So I'm mostly reading off of this one right here. That'll tell me just about how much fuel is left. And we're just trying to get into orbit. I don't think the S4B has... Roger, 4 minutes ago. A lot of things kind of go a little ahead. But we're gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for the proper times on this one. Plus 6 minutes. Okay, so we got about a minute 30 before we have to be ready to report. Cabin pressure right here. We're holding at 5.5, just like on Mercury. Here are some of our cryogenic tanks. These are the ones that exploded on Apollo 13. We don't have to worry about that on this one, because as a discussion in the Reentry General was talking about, we don't have any of those systems that caused the explosion on board. There's actually, I think, 4 tanks now on the Apollo Command Module, and those tanks were physically separated so that way an incident like Apollo 13 can't happen again, where one tank explodes and it takes all of them with them, which they were really close together. Here's our radiator temperature. It's really nice to see our outlet dropping a little bit. This is our secondary temperature. And this is our evaporation temperatures. Now, all right. Now we're waiting for S4B cutoff and insertion, so shouldn't be too much longer now. After that, we can then begin the post-boost phase. I think there were 3 oxygen tanks on Apollo 13, but I'm not 100% sure. I could look it up later. It might have been 3 on the later ones, and one of them was physically separated on the other side of the service module. I might be wrong. I'm frequently wrong, so confirm everything I said, not with ChatGPT, but with Wikipedia or something else. I'm uncertain. I think around the 10-minute mark is when the S4B should cut off and will be in orbit. Nice view of the horizon out the top window here. It's kind of funny how much of spaceflight is actually just staring at displays like this rather than flying out the window like you would in an aircraft. But in all truth, this is going to give you way more information that you can use than looking out the window. Although you should still confirm your positions and everything looking out the window. Okay, here's how much fuel we have left down here. Will probably be another 2 to 3 minute burn on this one, and then once that engine cuts off, we begin the separation checklist. I'm gonna actually look that up. So I got to confirm myself on that Apollo 13 information that I just spouted with confidence but didn't actually know. Mode 4. 2. System, fuel cells, and their hydrogen and oxygen reactants. This was able after the incident. A third. Okay, yeah, it did only have 2 tanks, and then a third one was added into another section of the of Apollo of the service module for missions after Apollo 13. Were added, and it eliminated the need for tank internal stirring. So that helped out. That helped prevent the Apollo 13 accident from happening again. And then they also added a 400 amp hour auxiliary battery for emergency use because of the loss of electricity. So because of the loss of electricity on Apollo 13. Coming up on stage on engine cutoff, and we have cutoff. So key release. Verb 3-7, enter 0-0, enter. Then we hit verb 3, nope. Clear 6, enter. Verb 4-5, enter. Run program 0-0. Verb 3-7, enter 0-0, enter. Verify DAP load 4-8, verb 4-8. Verb 4-8. R1, so that would be 31102. 311. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 ones on the DAP load, but I think I could just change that by hitting 2-1, enter, and then plus 311. 0-2, enter, and I'm just going to hit proceed. 3-2, and then this is, I believe, not our orbit. Other than that, we are good to go. Let's get some information. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to circularize at our apoapsis. So in order to do that, what we need to do, I'm going to hit C. We're going to go into crew members. We got Paul and Lars here with us, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to request pads and charts. Come down to circulate at PE. And then what I need to do is we need to get a program 30 maneuver plan. Alright. This is how the astronauts were able to plan things out. Program 30 is a computer program that will plan out maneuvers for us and then perform them for us. So we need to fill out this thing right here. So what I need to do C I C B R This is a, oh, the CIRC burn. Hold on. You know what I'm going to do? I feel like I feel like writing this out with a pen, so we're going to do that instead. Because I have a pen and a little pad here somewhere I got to find. Where did I put that thing? It's in here. Okay. And all I got to do is plug it in. That's not it. This is it. Okay. So anyway, the cat is facing upwards. And what we could do, oh, we're still in a race. So we hit pen, C, R, C, B, R, N. All right. Then it is S, P, S, G, and C. All right, 001. This is our weight, plus 1.80. Hold on. Just gonna clear. Let me go to this. APCI, CIRC, SPSG, and C, plus 60215. Oh, okay. There we go. I understand how to fill that out now. All right. So we can move this off to the side now, and we can begin program 30. And to do that, we're going to hit M. We're going to go back. We're going to go down to you know what I realized we should probably do before we do that? Before we do that, we should probably do our status checks. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright, so gimbal motor off, 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 off. Off, off, open, open, safe, safe, off, off. Form SCS attitude reference comparison check. Hold on, it'll be a little easier if I have a ton of lights on. No. Oh, while we're here, maybe I should stow the seats. There we go. that'll make it easier to move around in here a little bit. Sextant. Oh, okay. I'm looking for something that doesn't exist. I appreciate that. I skipped it last time too, but I just wanted to make sure. Alright, here we go. On. High. Optics cover is jettisoned. Oh, no, that's the engine. Okay. If we look here, I gotta remember how to control this, but I could see stuff through it, so that's good. Alright. Next part of insertion is systems check. Shut the flashlight off. I gotta figure out how to use the Q and top run feature. Requested. Perform CNW's caution and warning operational check. Let's see if that checklist is in here. Thank you. Caution and warning lamp test 1. Hold. Let me see what that is. Caution and warning. Hold. Good. Panel 1, master alarm, panel lights are on. That's good. Panel 2, lights on, lamp test 2, hold. Roger. Master alarm. I don't think the master alarm went off at all during those. See a port light. Master alarm is right there. That's where panel 1 is. Let's do that again really fast. Master alarm light is on. is off. The light is out. Light is on over here. Okay. Panel 2. 20 on. Caution warning lamp test. Release. Panel 3. Master alarm push button light out. Yep. Panel 2. Lights are out. Confirm. Caution warning command service module. CSM. Yep. Command module. Command module RCS light both on. Command module RCS light. Don't know where that one is. That's interesting. Alright. Probably not that big of a deal. Panel 1, 3, and 122. Master alarm, push button, tone on. Oh, command module RCS light. Set up here. No. Oh, hold on. There we go. To the command module. Push button tone. Okay. Master and push button light push. And tone out. Okay. And command module RCS light both out. Yep. Alright. That is that checklist done. Perform service module RCS monitor check. Service module RCS monitoring. Alright. Service module propellant light TB. Service module RCS propellant TB8 gray. Service module module RCS propellant prime propellant service module. I believe this one is PR propellant prime propellant. I think this one. These are all gray. RCS indicates indicators. Command module 1, 2. Helium temperature. Energetic tanks. Propellant tanks. Fuel cells. This is all electrical systems. That's Buzz's job, or no, what's his name? Should probably actually remember the name of my crew. That's Lars. And then we have Paul and myself. Wish I could tell them how to do service module. It's all gray. $4,100 for the helium. 60 degrees. Times 100. 60 to 90 degrees. Helium. Temperature. Gotta find that. Air. Oxygen. Those are for the cryogenic tanks. RCS indication. This is a complicated part of it, and helium pressure 4100 to 4200, which I think it's at over here. No. Oh, yeah, there it is. Full pressure 80 to 105. That's where that's at. And then helium temperature. If this is temperature times 100, then that should be down here. Right about here, but it isn't. So that's a little concerning, but I'm also not getting any caution and warning about it. So maybe it's... not yet. They're working on multiplayer. I think that there is a test right now that they're doing for Gemini multiplayer, which would be really, really cool. And I'm looking forward to that. When I do get that, I'm going to try and get a friend of mine who I play DCS with to come and join me in more peaceful endeavors. But right now it's all single player. So you got to play as all 3 astronauts on Apollo, which can be fun. If you go onto the Reentry Discord server, I'm sure you've been there. There's also a little bit of information, at least on the YouTube channel for Reentry, about the space shuttle and Vostok coming out pretty soon, which is very, very exciting. I'm looking forward to the space shuttle, me personally, because I like space planes, but Vostok as well. And I'm assuming that could also come with Voskhod, which includes, I mean, Voskhod only flew twice, and it was an upgraded Vostok capsule. So upgraded is heavy. It's more like duct taped extra seats in, and then attached a inflatable airlock onto one of them, so that way they could get some firsts done before Gemini came out. And I think we're good there. I think I'm good. Okay. Man module RCS. Check. Alright. Both gray. Alright, so secondary propellant. Yeah, no multiplayer right now. Man module 1. 60 to 90 degrees. Yep. 80 to 105. Yep. Kind of, like that's kind of a little bit multiplayer, I guess. There's a multiplayer function for mission operation and control, but like for actually flying the spacecraft, there is no current multiplayer, which I think I assume that's what Rusty meant by that. All right. I think I need to shut off the service module. I'm going to put those to off for right now. When that does happen, that is going to be a lot of fun, and I am very, very excited about that, because I would love to run maybe when that comes out, the year that comes out, if that's in next year or a couple of years from now. I'd love to run a stream with a couple other people, and we do like an Apollo or a Gemini mission together and live stream the whole thing. Perform EPS cryo PSI quantity check. EPS environmental. It's ECS. And I really do need to get in and do some mission control stuff, because that looks like it's a lot of fun. Oh, here we go. Okay, is there... O2 pressure. Nope, not what I want to do. What was that? Love to get a full server of just a bunch of people who are super dedicated to this and do like a full Apollo mission from launch, lunar landing, and then return back to Earth with maybe with 3 people in the spacecraft, and then like 5 or 6 people doing mission control, whatever or however many want to join, because I think that would be a lot of fun, and then that'd probably be like an entire day. So okay, so H2 pressure 22 to 2500. Yep, that's in the green. O2 pressure in the green, a little on the high end, but in the green. Surge tank pressure. Gotta look for that one because I don't actually know where that is. Surge tanks. Assuming that's not on Buzz's side, because Buzz is mainly electrical systems. And I mean, this is partially the electrical systems, but I've got all in the green. Cryo fans off, on as required. I don't think I have cryo fans on this one. Or is that switch still there? I'm going to keep them off. Don't feel like doing that right now. FC power plant check. Yeah, this is all Buzz stuff. Fuel cell power plant check. Fuel cell heaters. Oh, here you go. Fuel cell purge. And fuel cell pressure. Fuel cell heaters. 3 on. Fuel cell rad. Got grays, reactants, grays, main bus B. I got a couple of barber poles, but grays. Flows. Those are all in the green. Main bus tie 1 off. My main buses are off. One and 2 gray, 3 barber hole. Yep. Main bus 1 and 2 barber pole, 3 gray. Hold on, fuel cell main B. Got 2 barber poles. Oh, 1 and 2 barber pole, 3 gray. Okay. Yep, that's correct. Fuel cell 1, 2, and 3. Check amps. Amps are below 20. A 26, 5 to 31. Okay. DC indicator select main B. And system test 5B, battery relay bus 3.1 to 4.1 volts. 0.4 to 4.1. And then AC volts 113 to 117. Alright, I think we're good there. Everything looks good. Everything looks alright. Power plant check. I think I just did that. Voltage check. SPS monitoring check. Okay, SPS monitoring check. Service propulsion system TK, and it's plus 45 or plus 75A. That is SPS propellant tank. I believe SPS propellant tank is going to be over here somewhere. Or no, is it going to be F6? It's interesting to see which ones each astronaut was kind of responsible for. It is very much a spacecraft designed to be flown by a crew. I think there's a way that I can swap the... Is this what I have to swap to make it into command service module SPS? The service propulsion system monitoring? I don't think so. Well, I haven't used any of that fuel, so we should be fine. I just would like to, you know... have that information. No, this is for S4B. To find that monitoring, we need to go down. There's the antenna positioning. Oh, here we go. It's Buzz's job. Propellant tank. Let's open that back up. Buzz is going to check, or this is, what's your name? Lars. Lars needs to check SPS propellant tanks. If 45A SPS line. So, green, temperature, 3900 maximum. It looks like we're in the green. Looks good. Primary. Yeah, I'm going to say that looks good. Alright, let's go and push that back in. Alright. So we've done our systems check, cabin atmosphere. Let's do cabin atmosphere. On that one. Check on the cabin atmosphere. Cabin atmosphere is going to be between 5.6 and 6.2. Cabin pressure holding at 5.5. Or a little over 5.6. So I think we're good there. O2 valve. Min. 8.2 pounds per hour. O2 flow. O2 flow. You would think they would put this stuff close to each other, right? But they don't, not always. Oh, oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, I gotta stretch it out a little bit. Really wish I was actually in zero gravity. That'd be great. O2 flow. Oh, here it is. O2 flow. Yeah, it's about 0.2 pounds per hour. Emergency cabin pressure. Both. Cabin pressure indicates greater than 5.3. Proceed. Is it increasing? It doesn't look like it's increasing all that much. But I could be wrong. This is one of the more boring parts of it. You got to do all these systems checks. So cabin pressure is holding. Has that increased our flow at all? Oh, this might be our pressure. Cabin change in pressure. Okay. That looks like it's moving a little bit, which... yeah, it's not changing. Did I do that right? That's not it. What am I looking at? I was in the... Has it changed much at all? Not at all. Neither of those have changed. Maybe the system isn't working right now. We're just going to assume it isn't. And we'll shut that off. For right now, I just got to remember where I put it. No, ChatGPT can't help you with anything if I'm just being honest with you, man. I would recommend, so if you would like to get help with this game, ignore the sounds of Legos falling down. Print off and read the manuals. It'll tell you almost everything that you need to know about how to do this. I've got manuals for, I've got three rather thick manuals here. Unfortunately, the way that we kind of have to do that, well, Probably fortunately, but the way that you have to do it with this game is you kind of just have to, you have to do it the way the astronauts did. ChatGPT, I mean, language learning models aren't really going to be all that helpful with a lot of different things, and this just gets me into my opinion about language learning models as a whole, but they just aren't good for a lot of things. They are just frequently wrong because they're building off of data that they have recorded, and a lot of times you just don't have access to the data that the language learning model learned from, and so you might go to ChatGPT to learn how to fly the command module, and it'll tell you the Apollo moon mission was fake and give you all of Bart Siebel's whole plan, because that's a lot of the information that it might have learned off of, and you just don't know. So just just read the manuals that the game provides, and go from there is my best advice. I apologize if that wasn't what you were hoping for. Okay, so we need, let's just run this one, and we can begin the, all right, now pads and charts, circularize at apoapsis. We'll refill out our program 30 pad form. So first thing we need to do is I need to clear it. We're going to auto plot, and then I'm going to open up program 30 or an SPS burn checklist. So SPS burn, low or lunar orbit insertion. We're just going to run through the whole checklist. Open, 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 propellant, open, 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 fuel pressure, open, 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 open. Now we come back over to the, this is where we need this information right here. So first thing, verb 37, enter 30. Now what we need to do is we need to enter in, I believe, so look on this thing, and this is going to tell you where you enter this information in. So noun 33 plus, so first we need verb 21, and that allows us to edit this segment right here, and we need to enter in this information right here, plus 00001. That means 1 hour, 1 minute, and 9 seconds. So now we need to edit, this is editing our burn time, then verb 22. That allows us to enter that second thing. So at plus 00001 minute, and then verb 23 allows us to get the seconds, and the seconds is a little different, but it's still plus 009.00 seconds. So it's in sort of milliseconds there, with 9 being, that's 900 milliseconds or 9 seconds. And now we can proceed. This one, this is a noun 81. We enter in our delta V information. This is how much the burn is going to cost. So plus, so first verb 21, enter, plus 0078.6, 00786. So we're burning at about 78.6 feet per second in the x-axis positive. That means we're burning in the prograde direction. All of those other ones are zeros, so we hit proceed. And then this one is noun 42. So let me see where noun 42 is. And now 48, now 44. No information on noun 42, so we'll just do proceed. And this is how much time is left until the burn. We're going to, so I'm going to set a timer for about 6 minutes, and then I'll start it, and then we got to very quickly, so I'll do this on my phone. Yeah, I'm just being honest. I don't like ChatGPT or language learning models. I just don't think they're as helpful as people think they are. I think they've come out way too quickly, and we're adding them into too many things. Start. All right. So now what we need to do is proceed. Verb 3-7, enter 5-2. All right. Verb 2-2, enter, +1, enter. Now we get proceed, and proceed. Verb 3-7, enter, 4-0, enter, proceed. R2 and 3. Verb 2-2 +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go. This allows the engine to activate. I don't think we need this anymore. Come on. Hold on, I need to set up the RCS. I just realized I have not separated the command module yet. So we have a very limited amount of time to get this done. I don't need to do that. We're going to skip that attitude set to IMU. Need that. We don't need that. run quickly. Not 3-0. And we should be beginning our burn, but we are not. I did all of this out of order. I should have done separation shortly after. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit. Oh. Alright, so hold on. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do this again, but in a minute. Because I did this improperly. That's alright. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think we are good to go. We'll just reset everything. Make sure that those are off because I don't want to just exit this thing to just start. Okay, so we'll try that again. Mission Control must think I'm stupid for having to ask for this for so many times, but we'll do that again. Alright. Bunch of redundant switch flips, but you know, good to check. Verb 3730. Oh, operator error. Reset key release. Verb 37. Enter. Noun 30. There we go. Alright, now we're in noun 33, so we need to verb 21, enter, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is going to actually be at 2 hours. Verb 2, 29 minutes plus 1, 2, 3, 2, 9. Okay, and 16 seconds. Verb 2, 3 plus 0, 1, 6, 0, 0. There we go. And then we hit proceed. Alright, this is now an 81. Verb 2-1, this is our x. This is plus 0, 0, 7, 8.2. Forgot I don't have a point in there. Alright. All the rest are zeros, so 78 meters per second to circularize. And that'll get us a little bit away from the S4B2. And then this one is now 42, which I believe we just skipped through, so. But, oh no, this is showing me the final orbit that we're going to have once we're finished with this burn. That's right. Now this is showing me the amount of time that we have, and we're going to wait till T minus 20 minutes, so we'll get that timer open. Get to 20 minutes, and we'll fast forward time. Two hours. So should be about 2 hours 9 minutes that we should see that will stop it. We'll start to see this go down at about 129. Because it has a maximum time of about 59 minutes, 59 seconds, or just under 2 hours. There it starts. Alright. So now we can focus on this. Get it going just a little bit faster. Wait, not yet. Alright. About 20 seconds remaining. And we can hit start. I don't think we need this anymore. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Okay. Proceed. Verb 3-7, enter. 5-2, enter. Verb 2-2, enter. +1, enter. Proceed. Proceed. Verb 3-7, enter. 4-0, enter. Okay, proceed. Now this thing should start to move its way over to zero, zero, so I believe this way is going to be 0, 0. Could be wrong though. If it isn't, we'll just flip it back around the other way. Or we'll just keep going. Because we have 18 minutes till we get there. Yeah, this isn't it. This is retrograde. So we just have to keep going, keep flipping. Nice big flip. There's the Earth coming into view. That's weird. Oh wait, no, yep. 2 and 3 should all be 0, 0, 0. Okay, so I'm just doing nothing right now. So verb 2, 2, enter. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Are we facing in the right direction though? No, we're pointing at Earth. This is not the correct direction. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap it to orbit rate and see if I can't get a change in there. Okay, so hold on, we need to go to right now we're pointing directly at Earth, so I had to change things out real fast. Luckily we have 15 minutes left, and then we'll just point ourselves at normal, and we'll put it on hold. Or at 0. 0 should be prograde. I hope it's prograde. I think that's prograde. I'm pretty sure. Perhaps I should check. Operating ELS. Guidance and control. Guidance and navigation control system, page 44. Here we go. Did you see? I'm pretty sure 0 is prograde, because I think this is retrograde where we're at right now, and so we'll flip ourselves back around and then we'll hold at prograde, which I think will be okay. I'm trying to read up on it anyway. Doesn't really say, but I am almost positive 00 on the FDIA with our system set to Earth mode and orbit rate, is going to have us pointing at prograde. I'm almost positive. If anyone in chat knows if I'm wrong or not, please let me know before I kill myself. In game, not in real life, please. Before I get me, Paul, and Lars killed. Because I think they would like to be able to go home at some point. And I'm sure they're questioning all of my decisions at this point. Like, Mr. Gotch, we have a guidance system for a reason, and I just want to go, well, it was pointing us directly at Earth at the time of the burn, so I think I would rather, you know, I'll take that risk. Let me pull up that sheet again. P30 maneuver pad form. Because I got to remember it's 78.2. While we do this, I need to set this up. So first, and do that. Okay, perfect. And now we should be pointing prograde. Should be. I'm gonna go do something. Yeah, this is prograde. Look at me. Look at me. I know what I'm doing. Why am I questioning myself? I've read the manual. I've done all the lessons. I know how to do this. Okay? We're at 10 minutes left. And the attitudes are good to go. So, we're going to hit proceed. Burn time in R1 reads burn time in seconds at T-minus 5 seconds. Alright. So we're at verb 640. And we just need to wait. So 10 minutes, 18 seconds. Woo! Look at me. I know what I'm doing. See, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Right? Right? See that? Y'all see that? Y'all see. Y'all get it. I know what I'm doing. I've got this thing set up so I can see just how much delta V we burn. And I can change it to stop it when we get really, really close. I actually like to stop my burns a little bit early so I can finish it off with the RCS. But I'm going to delete this timer and we are going to move forward gently and we'll get ourselves realigned once. I'm going to stop it at about 2 minutes and then we will realign ourselves. Because right now I have to do this by myself. Okay, so down to there we go. Pointing it back prograde. Man, everyone leaves as I'm actually about ready to do something. That sucks. Okay, there we go. I think what I want to do is FDI2, I'm going to set to inertial rate. I want to see. Okay. And I need to just hit GD. Get that flipped back around. I need to realign that. Come on. Oh well. Guess that's just going to be off. I don't care. I'm going to flip that back over to where we need it to be. Okay. have a blank. Hold it right there. 18, 17, 16, 15. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Program 99, proceed. Giving it permission to fire the engine. Engine firing. Okay. The engine has cut off. R2 and R3. Proceed. Proceed. Okay. We're now in a circular orbit. I think I can find that out later. But anyway, getting kind of tired of that noise, so we're just going to have this thing on free for right now. Should just be hanging out. Okay. So, we should now be in a circular orbit. Now what we need to do is we need to go to crew members. We need to go back to pads and charts, and we need to perform P30 rendezvous maneuver. So then we open up that P30 maneuver pad platform. We need to clear from our last burn, auto plot for this burn, and then we need to perform the SPS burn again. So we'll set this off to the side right here. Roger, got all that data. So we'll go over here. I just like to do all of this. All right, ready? Let's go to the Disky display. Verb 3-7, enter 3-0, enter. All right. Now we need to our time. This is now 33, 15 hours, 49 minutes, 42 seconds. So we're going to be in orbit for a little while. So we need to hit noun 2-1 plus 1-2 3-1-5. Noun 2-2 plus 2-3-4-9. Noun 2-3 plus 0-4-2-0-0. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. All that data is entered. Now, noun 81, the actual burn. We're going to be doing a noun 2-1 plus 0.1984 burn, 198.4 feet per second burn. Everything else is zeros, all good to go. We then hit proceed. This one will tell us our final orbit, plus 2375 plus 0.1235. Proceed. And this is how much longer we have till our burn. We are still sitting at around 2 hours, so we have quite a while, 15 hours. So we can either sit here for 13 hours and chill out, or I can hit the 7 button and we'll start zipping around the sky. Now the reason this is set at 15 hours is because we have to kind of be in a position where when we fire our burn, again, just like I said, we've entered ourselves into a nice circular orbit and we are below Skylab right now. So we're getting to a point where we're catching up with Skylab. We're in our catch-up phase. Once we've caught up with Skylab in about 15 hours, then we'll be able to start getting. Then we'll be in a position where when we fire our burn, when we complete that burn, we will be in position to get closer to Skylab. So what we'll be doing is we'll be doing 2 burns. This one is the rendezvous burn that's going to get us that close approach to Skylab. We will then do another circularization burn at apoapsis in order to get ourselves close to Skylab, but not quite. But we'll still have a good amount of separation. Then it's about finding Skylab and performing a final rendezvous where we make a small burn towards it. I'm probably going to use RCS for that, depending on how close we get. And then after that, we perform our docking, because then we will have rendezvous. So if we do everything right, so far it seems as though we've done everything right, because we've been in orbit for a little over 9 hours. We've completed a little more than 9 orbits, which I think is really cool. This means that we will be able to. I think we got a good chance at doing it this time. It's kind of crazy how much I know about the Apollo computer. Oh, flight test made a shark fly. That's pretty cool. Go 100 times. Got that 20-minute timer already set. All we need to do is get ourselves to a point. We're doing this. The burn starts in 15 hours. At 15 hours. Where does that burn? 15 hours, 49 minutes. So here, the thing will start coming down here in a few seconds. We can focus on this. Is it going to start counting down? Oh, 2 hours, so 15:49. Thought it would start counting by now. Did I punch in wrong information? Okay, there it goes. Yeah, 1 hour. There it goes. Maximum amount of time is 1 hour. I'm off. I thought it was 2 hours. That's 59:59, 1 hour. Okay. Alright, 20 minutes. Don't need this information anymore. See if this is going to get fixed. There we go. "17 minutes. Okay. Going to increase time. Here we go. Rendezvous burn with Skylab. This is the part that tripped me up last time. Let me actually double check something really fast. Yeah, it's pointing prograde. Okay. So for some reason, I just had issues this last time. Let's get ourselves realigned. It is a 98.4. Oops. Here we go. And we're burning. Except I can't. Why isn't it? Oh. Well. Alright. It looks like it shut off. Okay. All right. Now, if we've done everything right, I am going to do a little go out and look at the orbit. Looks like where is oh yeah. We're gonna make it. Okay. This is perfect. Oh my god, that's actually really good. That's a really good burn. Okay. Next thing we need to do. We need to plan out our circularize at apoapsis. And we need to, I keep doing that. Okay. So let's clear this one out. Auto plot it. Just running this checklist over and over and over again. verb 37, enter, 30, enter. Alright, now in 33, this is going to be at 16 hours, so verb 22, enter. Nope, we'll get that changed. 33 seconds plus 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. I actually need noun 21, enter. 16 hours plus 1, 2, 1, 1, 6. Enter. And then 47 seconds, noun 2, 3, enter. Plus 0, 47 seconds, and 0 milliseconds. There we go. And now we may proceed. Okay, so this one is our delta V, 81. Noun, 2, 1. This is another 198.5. 8. Oh, whoops. Let's clear that and re-enter it. Plus 0, 198.5. And then the others are zeros, all prograde, so we're good. And this is going to tell us our final orbit. All systems go. This is how much time we have left till that burn. So we will time warp to 20 minutes. Okay. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. I did a little fast. All right. We'll bring ourselves down to about 15 minutes, so that way we've rarely ever used the entire thing, but you know. Two, 1. Okay. Seven, enter. 5, 2, enter. Verb 2, 2, enter. Plus 1, enter. Proceed. Proceed. Verb 3, 7, enter. 4, 0, enter. Proceed. Or 1 or 2. Once that works, oh, sweet, it's actually getting itself set up for me. There we go. Got about 12 minutes before the burn. A little bit off on this. Let's see where we're at externally. this anymore. Yeah, someone needs to tell Houston about that issue that I had on that first burn there. This should align itself up towards 0 here. I want to make sure. In a bit of a heads down kind of position. Put FDAI one. Turn this on to free because I want to find out. I think this should be okay. We just need a point prograde is all. And I do want to pull up that information because we're going to want to put this on normal. Yeah, we got for some reason it gave us the wrong information on that one. That's alright. Let's try and correct that roll a little bit. And our yaw just a little bit. Those hanging out just right there. There we go. Okay. I'm going to pull this back up. 198.5. Okay. There we go. We're off facing prograde, so I don't know what that thing is telling me. We're at 9 minutes 40 seconds, but something weird is going on. It's stuck between verb 50 and noun 18, so I've got the timer counting down, so we'll just have to wait for the next 9 minutes. It'll be 9 minutes of kind of dead time, but we'll watch it, and then if we have to, I can arm it myself right here, and we'll make that burn. We just got to get it close enough, and then we'll turn to try and see. One thing I think I want to do is I want to have rendezvous plot. Where is 50? Are they on top of each other? I cannot see where Skylab will be relative to me. Eight minutes. Here we go. Okay. I think I got it figured out. We'll just fly this one manually. And it'll be all about spotting Skylab. Okay, now I just need... Oh wait, no, that was a 30-second blank out, and then program 99 is at 5 seconds. I'm stupid. Okay, here we go. Five, 4, 2, 1, 0. Numbers going down. Okay. I can't see anything. I just go to orbital view. Skylab should be behind us. Okay, perfect. So we've I'm gonna face retrograde just a little bit. Oh, hold on. Don't go to gimbal lock. Don't do it. I don't want to do that right now. So let's face retrograde and see if we can't see it. I'm not 100% sure about our actual distance, but what we might have to do is do a little... We're going to need to slow down, which means we need to speed up just a little bit, raise our orbit just a little bit. So I want to face retrograde and see if I can't just see Skylab out the window with the COAS. I'll point myself at Skylab, and then to get it to come closer, we'll, since we're ahead of it now, we'll do what I'm going to call a slowdown maneuver where we speed up a little bit. We're going to burn backwards to kind of burn backwards. Can't quite see it out there. Don't see any flashing. see anything quite yet. Let's go to our orbital view. Let's see where we're at. So it's behind us. We're definitely facing in the right direction. So if we just burn prograde just a little bit. Our orbital view. Okay, should be behind us and below us. So if we, let's see what happens if we increase time. Is it going to start catching up with us? Looks like it's closing in. Oh, at this point we are matching and a little below. Oh, it does? Thank you, Andrew. Would that be this thing? No. Oh, the map screen, yes. That's where I need that. Okay. So where are we at right now? I can't see where we're at. Command module. 79 nautical miles. If we speed up time, does that change at all? Would that be this number right here, Andrew? Delta AP? So that sounds like distance between change in apoapsis. We're at 241 by 233. We should probably see if we can't raise that to be just about the same. So let's go back around. TTA or TTP. So I assume that our goal is to get that to 0. So I'm going to point myself prograde. I'm going to fiddle around with the RCS a little bit and see if I can't lower that number down a little bit. If nothing else, we'll arm these things and do some small burns with the SPS. Once I find out which way I need to actually burn, I think I'll do that. Is that what we're supposed to do, Andrew? I'm assuming that's what we're supposed to do. That's the sort of thing that I would do in Kerbal Space Program, so... Which is probably not a good, probably not the best of practices, but you know. Use what you know, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get it. You guys get it. You guys understand. So anyway, really fast, if I hit... Is it these numbers? Oh, time to apoapsis, time to periapsis, and then delta P, and then delta AP, rendezvous. I think that's the number that we need to make a little bit smaller. So what we'll have to do is, where am I at relative to all of this? Oh, hold on, there's my apoapsis. Apoapsis, so yeah, we're above it. This will be a good spot to actually do this. Okay. Time to earn my pay as an astronaut, huh? Okay, so pull up the map. I'm going to pull this off. I just make okay. Well, that got me above it, so that's still not telling me anything. Maybe it's because I don't actually have like an alignment. So I just need to match 236.5. All I need to do is get 236.5. That's all I gotta do. Anyway, there we go. Now let's see if we start to get closer to it. It is approaching. It is below and behind us. We're coming down. So it should be directly behind us. So if I swap myself back to free mode, and we flip ourselves around to 270, we're going to go up to this window. We might be able to just see it. Might just be able to see it, and then what we can do is we can match our velocities. Here's the moon. Oh, hello. Okay. Things suddenly sped up there. I think my lag suddenly started to die. Okay, here we go. Because at this point, I think still can't see it out the window. Wait a minute. Is it a flashing? I think there's a flashing light right there. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. I think I got visual on it. Okay. We've got a visual of it. Let's check out. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. We have visual. We have visual on it. Now we have 3 minutes till periapsis. We'll match our periapsis and then we'll make a burn towards it. So let's just go forward to periapsis right about here. Let's get ourselves really lined up. Use an RCS burn. Let's just really fast. Do I still have these up? I do. Ooh, too much, too much, too much. Just fix that with our RCS. Should be right in front of it's right in front of the spacecraft right now. So all I need to do is burn to bring this up to 2. We just need to burn to bring that closer together. So we're actually a little, I think that means we're a little faster. So we are still a little bit faster. But we are really close. Now we're slightly below it. Where are you seeing that, Andrew? I don't see that information on my map. I think that's it. That one there. Okay. Do we have rendezvous radar on the command module? I don't actually know. That'll probably be in this seat right here. You can use VHF range. Oh, yeah, okay. We should be close enough that we can do that. That is... Okay. I'm almost positive I could see it right there. So I think, and right now we are facing retrograde. I'm trying to think about how we can do this. We're a little ahead of it, but it's visible. Is there a rendezvous mode? That'd be great. Right now, I have to kind of guess at this. That's got to be it, right? That's just distracting, that is. Wait, I've lost it. Did I even see it? Could that be it right there, or am I just seeing things? It looks different from the other stars. So that's possibly it. We're closer. Definitely closer a little bit. I'm going to check my orbital view. So we're currently below it, which means that we'll probably be getting ahead of it. What we need to do is just... Wait, are we below it or are we above it? No, we're above it. Okay. Point, it should still be behind us and slightly below us. So we need to point 1-8 and down until I could see it. Oh, hello. What was that about? That was weird. We're facing the wrong way. We're facing prograde because right now I've got the thing set to, yeah, this one is the one that I'm primarily using, and I've got that one set to Earth mode because I've gotten better information out of it that way. But based off of our orbital data, it should be below, and we should be above and in front of it. So if we swing ourselves around and just look down, wrong one. There we go. Should be able to see it. Why does it keep doing that? My FDIA is doing weird stuff. Am I accruing errors? This will be interesting if I actually do that, accomplish this. Alright, so we're at 180. Now we need to look down towards the Earth. Which way is the should be up, more towards the Earth. Pretty close to the horizon. No, that's set. That can't be it. We might be able to track it across the surface of the Earth, but I've got to be able to see it. point back retrograde. I just want to, oh, I need to, someone help me find out how to read this. Oh, hold on. There's the command module. And then blue should be Skylab. Where's Skylab? See, we should. I wish I could see Skylab from here. Just bring our variables down to about 0.5. Orbital. What might happen is we'll pass over top of it, because it should be pretty much directly below us, but let's see what happens as we increase time. We're within the red sphere, so that's, and we're approaching closer and closer. Why is it all the way down there? I feel like my map is a little broken here. It's not giving me all the information that I feel like I need. I can't quite see everything here. Hold on. What's that? Hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful. Hello, hello. You look just like what I'm supposed to come to. All right, all right. Yes. That's Skylab. That's Skylab right there. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my God, we did it. Okay. Let's just look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I am good at this. Now I just need to, is there, oh man. Okay. So I'm going to have to, there's probably an easy way to do this, but I am going to be visually lining myself up with this. Make it a little easier for me. I'm gonna toggle the coas on there. I'm gonna line them up with the coas. I want to keep them centered. Pull this up right here. Yes. Okay. So we're going to see what our approach is like if we speed up time He is moving to my left. Hold on. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I just docked. I'm docking with Skylab like right now. So let's burn this way just a little bit. Because I think that is the direction we're going. Let's start burning forward just a little bit. Yes, okay. I don't think I need this. Now it's going to be just a visual. He's moving that way and down. If we just try and match that, we might be able to. I've lost visual, but I know he's this way and down. Try and see if we can't find him again. There he is. Am I making the changes that I need to make? Let's hope I'm not burning through all of my... Oh, hold on. Yeah, we are doing what we need to do. So if we just keep burning down this way. Until he stops moving, please. Quickly. Not quicker than that, please. I think it's working. I think it's working. It's just gonna work. Let's just bring him back into view. Go. bigger? Oh yeah, he's getting bigger. And look at that. Right on his nose too. Look at that, beautiful. Okay. If we set this to 20, get a little bit of a better view of it. Okay. Do you guys know if I'm doing this right? If I am... a bit to the left and down. I'm going to bring them back into view. Did we just... what happened? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we need to... I think I'm doing this right. I think I'm doing this right. If I'm not, then it's working and they can't get mad at me about it, alright? But what I'm doing is I want to make myself approach it, so we need to kind of null our rates with it. And I can't quite see what my rates are right now. But it does look like he's getting bigger. Now we need to go back this way just a little bit. Hurting myself or am I helping? hard to tell. Don't think I need that anymore. I think we are helping a little bit. It's a slow process because of just the amount of rates that we have with it. But I think we are helping. If I just keep doing this, eventually I will line that up to a point where no matter what number I put in, it will be lined up and down wise. I want to keep pointing at Skylab, like at the target, and keep burning, like, oh, hold on, yep. I think we've got it now. Look at that. Look at that approach. Look at that approach. Look at me. I am freaking good at this. Here we come. He's staying in the coas. Staying in. Now we need to slow down a little bit. Come on. Why do you keep doing this? Hold on, hold on. Stop, stop, stop. Let's bring Skylab back into view. There it is. Rotate myself around so that way we are in the correct attitude relative to Skylab. Beautiful, beautiful. I see the one solar panel deployed. I see the solar telescope. Oh man. I don't think this could have gone better. I honestly don't think this could have gone better. Hell yeah, indeed, Andrew. Hell yeah, indeed. Okay. So we need... Houston, this is Orion, Skylab in sight. Let's burn up just a little bit, slow it down. I think I can see it slowing down in that rate. Awesome. We're going to go sideways just a little bit, see if we can't bring it over this way. I'm going to stay in, I'm going to stop doing, look at it, it's Skylab. Ah! Oh my God. Don't need this anymore, we're all on visual now. Need to go up and a little bit this way so that way we stop. We need to nullify those rates. Go up, 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 please. Up, please, up, please. Fast, I think. We're going to slow down just a little bit. There's the coas. We'll line ourselves up with the coas there. Slow down. Slow down those rates. Flying formation with Skylab. I'm flying formation with Skylab. Okay, we are up and to the right. So let's go down just a little bit. Nope, nope, too fast the other way. Nope, nope. Pretty much lined up. Coming in very, very slowly. I did extend that probe, didn't I? Hey, make sure that probe is extended. Yep, there we go. Oh my god! Oh my god! Alright, we're latched. I think we then track the probe. Is that correct? We are docked. I didn't hear the thing though, so. And find the docking. At contact pros extent retract probe retract section 1. Oh. Ray. S spacecraft contact CMC. I'm good at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so cool. I'll admit I used a couple of tools that the Apollo crew did not probably have, but you know, in my defense, Mission Control would have told me that information anyway. So, anyway, I did it. I've docked. I have docked with Skylab. I'm not even going to bother with that. I've docked with Skylab. I've docked with Skylab. I docked with Skylab. I would say I survived. I survived. I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna call that good. I did it. I docked with Skylab. Yes. All right. Unfortunately, I have to now start celebrating, so I'm gonna end the stream here and gotta go check on what my fiance wanted. You guys have a good day. Thank you so much for watching.